So Dana White confirmed last night that Sean Strickland is next in line to fight for the title. It will not be the winner of Whitaker Chimaev straight away for the winner of Adesanya Duplessis. It will be Sean Strickland, meaning that if this is true, we're going to see a rematch between either Adesanya and Strickland or Duplessis and Sean Strickland. Which should be very interesting. I mean, if Izzy's to be champ again, he has a chance to get that one back, right that wrong. But then also if DDP wins, that first fight was super close. A lot of people thought Sean Strickland won, so there's a storyline behind that fight. And I do think that they do have unfinished business, but in this video, I want to just talk about, a potential world where Sean Strickland is rematching either DDP or Izzy for the belt. I want to break down how he does in a rematch, or how a rematch of either would go. And I think I'm going to start with Adesanya Strickland 2. So, hypothetically, if Sean Strickland, if Israel Adesanya just so happens to defeat Dricus Duplessis, and early next year he is set to make his first defense in the rematch against Sean Strickland, I do believe that it would be a different fight this time around. Just because I think now Adesanya would come in a lot more prepared this time for Strickland. And I think the shock factor that was there the first time around would be completely gone. I think Izzy would be able to just go back and actually reassess things and properly game plan for Sean Strickland this time, making it a much closer fight than the first one. And say Izzy has already beaten Dricus Duplessis in some reality, his focus would 100% be on Sean Strickland, whereas I feel like the first time around, his mind was on DDP. That's the fight he wanted. That's the fight he was prepared for. Sean Strickland was sort of the replacement fight, like the filler opponent for Israel Adesanya to get to the Dricus fight. But I think now he would be 100% focused on Sean Strickland and game planning for Sean Strickland. He wouldn't take the fight lightly. He wouldn't go out there treating it like a sparring match or just a time passer to get to the fight that he actually wants. There would be some motivation there for Israel Adesanya to win. And I think he could make the adjustments needed to give Sean Strickland more problems and to have more success. I think we would see Israel Adesanya focus on keeping his back off the fence, circling off the cage, keeping it in the center of the octagon, and just engaging a bit more. And I think he would be prepared for the jab, teep, kick approach of Sean Strickland. And I think he could just ever so slightly outstrike Sean Strickland to a razor-close decision and win 48-47. I do think the boxing of Sean could still give Izzy some problems. I think the jab would still be a bit problematic, but Izzy would just know what to do. And I think all around Israel Adesanya's striking is better than Sean Strickland. He's got more tools in his arsenal in the stand-up, and I think this time around, he would better be able to implement those tools on Sean Strickland. I just feel like Izzy would have a better understanding on how to fight Sean Strickland, how to approach him. I just feel like he would adapt because he's already fought Sean Strickland. He knows how good he is now. He already has such a good feel of his style. And I just think he has what it takes to get the job done. I'm not counting out Sean's chances at beating Israel Adesanya again. He could beat him again, but Izzy has not been beaten more than once by the same man in MMA yet. I know Alex beat him more than once, but that was across, different combat sports. But even the fact that Izzy was able to avenge the Alex Pereira loss, knowing how good Alex is, just says a lot. And I think if he could beat Poatan, I think he can definitely beat Sean Strickland. Now, as far as a rematch with DDP and Sean Strickland goes, I've been saying for a while that I do think that Dricus Duplessis would beat Sean Strickland again. I just think he is a bad matchup for Sean Strickland. And I understand that it was really close. And I understand that, Sean arguably should have got his hand raised that night against Dricus du Plessis. But I just feel like of the two, Dricus du Plessis is more likely to improve going into a rematch. He's already getting better every single fight, rapidly progressing at a fast rate, more so than Sean Strickland. Sean just fights the same way every time. Jab, 1-2, teep kick, good defensive striker. But I mean, that's really all he has. I mean, Dricus du Plessis has a power advantage. He's got the confidence to grit down and press forward and brawl with Sean Strickland. And I feel like that's how you need to fight Sean Strickland. Combine that, Dricus du Plessis also has grappling. He's got the takedown threat against Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland struggles against guys who have a physical advantage against him and have the threat of being able to knock him out. Anyone with a power threat kind of keeps Sean Strickland on his heels, kind of keeps him fighting timid. And with Sean's style, the way he fights just wouldn't be enough, I don't think, in a rematch to get the belt back from Dricus du Plessis. I think Dricus could come back and make it more convincing. And I could see Dricus du Plessis stopping Sean Strickland this time around. I wouldn't be surprised if Dricus knocked Sean Strickland out in a rematch. I mean, I think Sean was lucky enough to survive that fight. Even if you thought he won, he was lucky to make it to the final bell, because as the fight went on, the uglier it got for Sean Strickland, the more damage he started taking against Dricus du Plessis. And I honestly think that the second time around, his odds of surviving 5 rounds without eventually getting overwhelmed by that DDP pressure or without eventually getting folded, I feel like are much slimmer this time around. I think Dricus would come out. I think he would start faster. The first fight, he started slow. He was feeling out Strickland just to kind of figure out his game, what he's going to do, and then he turned up the aggression in the late rounds. I think he'd be confident and aggressive early, which would throw off Sean Strickland's game. And I think he either will win a more convincing decision or he might win a late rounds TKO against Sean Strickland. But yeah, my money is on DDP in a rematch. So ultimately, I think whoever wins this weekend, I see beating Sean Strickland. But unironically enough, I'm more confident that Dricus beats Sean, because I just think styles make matchups. Even though I think Izzy could win, the fact that he's a very technical and defensive fighter could favor Sean a bit more and gives him a chance at beating Izzy again. But Sean going up against a powerful, confident, aggressive brawler who's a complete fighter as well, I think that's just going to be a harder style for Sean Strickland to beat moving forward. But I could be wrong. Maybe Sean Strickland goes out there and could beat both. But we're just going to have to find out. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you guys think would win in a rematch between Sean and Izzy or Sean and DDP? Like and subscribe, and peace out.